Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Again, my name is Shaquana and I'm a community health educator at the Center for Community Alternatives.
And I'm Olivia, and I'm also a community health educator with the Center for Community Alternatives.
Hope you all enjoyed the first two videos that we sent you. Like we said, over the next few weeks, we'll be sending you all videos where we will discuss topics about sex and sexuality.
From here on out, we're planning on sending you a longer lesson every other week, and in between those weeks, we'll be sending you short game show or question of the day type videos.
We're so excited to be learning with you all, and we hope you're excited too. So, today we'll be diving into our first topic, reproductive anatomy, part one, the male body.
So, today you can expect to go over male reproductive anatomy, review the structures of the penis and its functions, and fill out and identify the male reproductive anatomy worksheet.
So everyone should receive a worksheet packet where you will use this to follow along with the workshop. In order to get credit for your attendance, please make sure you fill out the participation sheet and hand it into the coordinator at the end of the workshop.
At the end of your workbook, you'll also find a section called the question box. This is for you to write down any questions that you might have in this workshop. If there are any questions you want answered, please submit this last page to the coordinator and we'll try to answer your questions in one of our later videos.
Okay, so let's get started. Please flip to the first page of your workbook. We're breaking down reproductive anatomy into two sections. So today we'll be talking about the male body and the male reproductive system.
So while that means we're going to be talking about penises and testicles today, oftentimes we hear people use nicknames or slang to refer to their genitals instead of using medically accurate terminology.
We want you to take a few minutes to think about the names you've heard for penis or testicles. These can be any words, good or bad, funny or strange, just anything you've heard or used that ultimately means penis or testicles.
We're going to give you 30 seconds to think, and you can write down your responses in the worksheet.
So, what did you come up with? Some of the more common names for penis are dick, anaconda, eggplant, cock, or sausage.
Did you come up for any for testicles? People often say balls, sack, nuts, family jewels, to name a few.
Is there anything that stands out to you about these terms that we wrote down?
Is there anything different or similar about these terms?
Did y'all notice any patterns?
Did anyone write anything down they would consider a positive word?
We hope you all found this activity entertaining, and we wanted you all to take a little time to think about the names and words that we use for penises and testicles. And that for some folks, it might be easier to say these names than to actually use the medically accurate term like penis and testicles.
Okay, so now we're going to take some time to go over the medically accurate terms for the male reproductive system. So please flip to the next page where you're going to find the anatomy worksheet.
As you can see at the bottom of the worksheet, there's a word bank with the medically accurate terms for the parts of the penis. On the diagram, you'll see numbers and definitions. What you're going to do is match the number and its definition to the correct term at the bottom of the page. Use the definitions to help you figure out the name and function of these structures.
We're going to give you a few minutes to complete this worksheet, and then we're going to go over the answers together.
Okay, so how did it go? Was it harder than you expected? Many people are sometimes surprised that there are so many parts that make up the penis.
So the first one's a freebie. Number 1 is the seminal vesicle. These glands produce most of the fluid that makes up semen. When sperm mixes with fluid from the seminal vesicle, it becomes semen.
What about number two? If you put bladder, then you are correct. The bladder stores urine.
Number 3 is the prostate gland. This is a gland that surrounds the neck of the bladder. And like the seminal vesicle, the prostate gland also releases fluid that makes up semen. It also provides sensation and is sensitive to pressure or touch in a way that many people find pleasurable.
Number 4 is the vas deferens, which is a duct that allows sperm to travel from the testicle to the urethra. If you look closely, you can see that the vas deferens connects to the seminal vesicle, and it's here where the sperm is mixed with fluid and becomes semen.
Number 5 is the urethra, which carries urine from the bladder and also carries semen outside of the body. All right, how are we doing? Y'all okay so far? We're almost halfway through this worksheet. Do you have any questions? Make sure you write them down at the end of your packet.
Okay, back to the sheet. Number 6 is the scrotum. This is the exterior muscular sac. It holds the testes. It controls the temperature of the sperm by shriveling up or getting shorter when cold or extending longer when warm. Touching the scrotum can also provide sensation, and some people find this pleasurable.
So number 7 is the penis. The penis allows for the passage of semen and urine outside of the body. It's also extremely sensitive and has many, many nerve endings.
The penis has 2 states, flaccid and erect. When the penis is flaccid, it is soft and hanging loosely or limply.
When the penis is erect, or when someone has an erection, this means that something someone saw, felt, smelled, heard, or thought sent chemical messages to the blood vessels in the penis, and it becomes rigid or hard.
The diagram you have on your worksheet illustrates a circumcised penis. This means that the foreskin has been removed and the head of the penis or the glans is visible.
If someone with a penis has not had a circumcision, that means the foreskin has not been removed. Okay, back to the worksheet.
Number 8 is the testes. The testes are where sperm are produced. This is also where sex hormones like androgen and testosterone is produced.
While we're talking about where sperm come from, it's also important to remember that the purpose of sperm is that it is half the biological contribution of what is needed to create a new person. So you need sperm and egg to create a fetus.
Like we mentioned before, sperm goes on a journey to become semen. When we talk about sperm, we are only talking about the single reproductive cell. It begins in the testes where sperm is produced, and the sperm travels through the ducts and vessels where it's mixed with fluids and proteins that help the sperm to become strong and survive. When everything is mixed together, sperm and these fluids and proteins make up semen.
Something that's kind of cool is that people with testes start producing sperm when they hit puberty and continue to do so into old age. Also, every time an ejaculation occurs, there's about 40 million to 1.2 billion sperm in each ejaculation.
Next, number 9, which is another freebie. It's the epididymis. This is where sperm matures before it starts its journey to become semen.
All right, and number 10, the last one. This is the anus. The anus is the opening to the rectum and where feces is expelled. Like the penis and the scrotum, the anus also has a lot of nerve endings, meaning that it is also sensitive. Some people may experience sexual pleasure from anal stimulation.
And with that, we have completed the penis anatomy worksheet.
Also, we have a bonus round. So just some fun facts before we wrap up this section.
As folks go through puberty, they begin to grow pubic hair around their genitals. This is totally normal.
Also, genital size doesn't matter, and just like vulvas come in different shapes and sizes, penises also come in different shapes and sizes too.
Again, thank you so much for your participation today. Today we learned about the male reproductive anatomy. We reviewed the structure of the penis and their functions, and we also completed the male reproductive anatomy worksheet.
Before you finish up, make sure you take some time to fill out the participation questions in order to get attendance credit. And if you have any questions, fill out the question box section. Once you're done filling those questions out, make sure you hand it into the coordinator so it gets back to us and so we can answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you all for your participation today, and we hope that you really learned something from all of these activities.
Thanks, y'all. We'll see you soon.